All right, one of the best things about a BLENDTEC is you have the ability to actually juice in these machines. Here in a second, we're going to make you a quick whole juice. And the whole advantage of juicing with a BLENDTEC is there's zero waste. If you've ever used a juicer before, you probably realize it takes a lot of produce to get a little bit of juice. We'll throw 8 to 10 carrots in a standard juicer to process a small cup of juice. With a BLENDTEC, we can throw our 2 to 3 carrots, a little bit of water, and get that same quantity and consistency. It's called whole fruit and vegetable juicing. We're using everything from peels, skin, seeds, and leaves. For example, anytime we juice grapes, we prefer to use the ones with seeds in them. Those seeds are high in antioxidants. They're full of pre-cancer fighters. The benefit with a BLENDTEC is it's going to liquefy those tiny seeds. You're not even going to know they're in there by the time we're done with them. Even the things like the strawberries, you may notice I kept the tops of those strawberries on. The chlorophyll is good for our immune system. The pineapple, I've kept the hard core on. We'll liquefy that for the fiber, the value it has to our body. I even have hard carrots, spinach, and a banana in there. Your greens are some of your most nutrient-dense foods. You can juice your kale, your spinach, your chard as well in these machines. Last of all, I'm going to pack this full of ice. And I'll show you something fun on a BLENDTEC here. Kind of a silly question, but have you ever started a blender with the lid off? So typically not the safest thing to do in the kitchen, right? So blenders, they traditionally run the crossblade patterns that push the material up and out. If you've thrown ice or frozen stuff in a blender, you stand, you have to assist it, shake it, or they require the big sticks to poke down through the lid to get everything to blend right. Now with the BLENDTEC, you've got one single large blade that's not sharp at all. It's going to pulverize everything that we stick in there, but the single blade, as long as with the 5-sided patented jars, is going to automatically flow this thick, heavy material down to the blade system, so we never have to assist the machine while it's running. Now, if you take a look at the front here, you probably notice it's free from knobs and dials. One of your big benefits, you don't have mold or bacteria that's commonplace if you've ever spilled something on the front of your blender. But to operate these, they're fun and user-friendly. The Capacitive Touch technology, similar to the same technology we have on iPhones, tablets, you've got it on the front of your blender to make it really easy to operate. The bottom row of keys is a slide rule for your manual control. Speed 1 through 100 on your Designer 725. Some of your other models under the Designer will only have 10 speeds, but this is really for that culinary chef in your house that wants that precision control. To turn it off, we push the X, and then up top here, you've got 6 preset programs. Some of your other Designer models will have a few less. The Designer 725 has the majority of those. All 6 of them here. You want to make a juice, a soup, or an ice cream, push a button, walk away. We're going to make a juice here. We'll push this one time. And again, right here, any other blender would be making a big mess there. That design of that single blade, as long as with a 5-sided patented jar, is pulling through that thick, heavy material, especially that ice, pulling it down to the bottom. We don't have to stand and assist, shake. We don't have to poke the big stick down through the lid to get that to blend right. Now, on the front of the machine here, it's going to read back to you which program we're on, as well as a little timer there letting you know how much time is left. The machines were originally designed for the restaurants. The kid at that smoothie bar, they're making a juice or a smoothie. They're doing 4 or 5 things at once. They throw stuff in, push a button, and go off and help other customers. The reality is most of us are doing 4 or 5 things in our kitchen at one time. Throw your stuff in the morning, push your juice key, go and get ready. By the time you come back, the machine will shut itself off and you've got a perfect juice. Now I'll show you the consistency on this real quick. The process on this machine is called micronization. You can see how smooth that is. We broke down the peels, the skins, the seeds and leaves down on the cellular level. We could have used a juicer to make a good 4.5 cups of juice. However, a juicer would have required a wheelbarrow full of fruit. Our fiber roughage would have gone in the garbage. Juicing with a BLENDTEC is going to cost you very little to make, and it's going to fill you up.